We are now live from New York City. Peace, family. Let's stroll, honey. I'm on live. What you got something to say?
Yeah.
We are on live with the missus. Strolling through New York. I look brown. I look melanated. Tanned black man. What's up? Corner Class Tour Grand Finale. 2 cities left. 2 cities left. 2 cities left. We just crushed Newark, New Jersey yesterday. South Side. South 10th of Springfield. Crushed it. Getting ready for the Bronx Corner Class later today. New York Biddy. Hey. Hope you guys are going to be tuned into the live stream tonight. You already know it's cornerclasstour.com. Brooklyn tomorrow. BK, we wrapping it up in the big BK. 63 corner classes in 4 years. Who did that? In my real life, the marathon continues. Mother pin this for y'all. And again, you got to watch the corner class to find out how to win $10,000 in cash, 90 days coaching with me, free credit repair, and access to $250,000 of funding. You heard me? That's cornerclasstour.com. You got to watch the live stream or attend in person in the Bronx. We ain't doing them turkey giveaways to feed your family for one night. I'm trying to teach you how to feed your family for a lifetime, in real life. Tap in, man. You're doing all this liking on the gram. Tap in. If you don't know it, your family need it. You gotta know how to own these assets, how to build this legacy. LA. I want to see what Brooklyn do. I want to see what the Bronx do. I don't know. Oh, Grant Cardone said buying a house is the dumbest investment? That theory. I think that's probably one of the dumbest statements he's ever made. I don't buy into that theory. Not for my people, not for my community, not people come from my walk of life. I totally disagree with Grant Cardone's theory on buying houses dumbest investment. I get what he's trying to say in regards to other ways and other places you can invest your capital. I do agree with that. The opportunity cost of money. I believe that. But I believe acquiring the roof over your head is a very wise investment, especially for those coming from underserved communities. So, you know. I mean, listen. I know what I know. Ah, the energy of New York. The energy of New York. Shout out to Malik Yoba. New York undercover TV star Malik Yoba partnered up with me for the Bronx Corner Class today. Shout out to Mysonne, the general, rapper, activist, coming to the corner class today. He said, I'm cutting work to be there tomorrow. You damn sure better. Tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to get out of work permanently. If you ain't willing to invest that, shit. We out on these streets. You're trying to get a house. Is NACA a good program? NACA's a viable program. It may not be the best strategy for every single person, but that's why you learn, you get informed, and then you look at NACA and other opportunities to own real estate, and you weigh the pros and cons, and then you pick the best option for you based on an informed decision. That's it. Being informed is our greatest asset. You know what I'm saying? Being informed is our best. That's what we got. So we don't gotta just get put into one situation and get pigeonholed or pinned into one situation, and we approaching our business decisions for our families uninformed. So NACA offers some great opportunities, but there's also stipulations with NACA. And you have to look at what are my other options, being informed, getting my book, Lord of My Land, 5 Steps to Home Ownership, joining our RBC curriculum, where I teach you how to buy your first house, second house, how to flip, hold, understand financing, FHA, VA, conventional loans, hard money, soft money, negotiating deals, hiring your realtors, purchase ratios, LTVs, AREs. Get the game, and now you look at NACA and your other options, and you say, hey, you know what? I don't need to take NACA in order to buy my house. I can simply acquire it through an FHA or 3% conventional through a bank, and then from the 3% conventional from the bank, get a down payment assistance from the city. The city will cover my down payment cost through a city or county program or state program, and I don't need NACA and their stipulations that make you have to hold the property for XYZ years. Or maybe you can't do that in your particular area. You do need NACA to get down payment assistance. Or maybe you find out you have the capital from other places. If you use multiple co-borrowers or a gift letter from family to acquire your property, you don't have to use NACA for their down payment assistance or their program. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But Queen's already signed up, so she's going to get the game. You know? So, all of that. Corner class today. Bronx. Go register at cornerclasstour.com. Anybody that watches the live stream or attends in person will find out how to win $10,000 cash. 90 days coaching with me. Free credit repair for you or your family. And access to $250,000 of business funding. You'll find out that details tonight on a live stream in person, or tomorrow on a live stream in Brooklyn or in person. We're giving the game away. We're revolutionizing the whole wealth education industry, man. Ain't nobody doing it like this, because nobody's been where I've been to come from what I come from. Doing it at this level. Period. And so I gotta show out. I gotta show off. That's what we do. We turn up. Take over blocks, burn down villages, or build them up. It's a good way. We out here in the Bronx, BX. Got BX legends in the back, chilling, ready to shoot something. We got King Vaughn over there, a couple young kings trying to soak up game. We doing a corner class before the corner class. You know what I'm saying? The corner class before the corner class on Malik Yoba's corner, the Walk of Fame. Malik Yoba, see that sign back there? My brother got his name on the sign up there. Legendary status.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Legendary status. Don't worry. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get mine. My name going to be on somebody's street sign. God damn it. I got to build it myself. Outwork the Work for Corner Class, Bronx, New York, 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. Go live stream at cornerclasstour.com for the live stream. Come say something to my Instagram. Keep my Instagram active.
Your Instagram active?
Please.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? My name is Vaughn Thorpe. I'm here with Jay himself. I'm here to take a corner class before the corner class. We're in the class giving out. No, we're in the corner giving classes. That's fire. That made me think about the block. So we got a lot happening on my block. A lot happening on the corner. Classes don't happen.
Classes don't happen.
Why you wanted to do classes on the corner?
Do you just like the fact that it's extra?
I want to get back to my fraternity.
It's really good. I haven't seen extra.
So I used to sell dope. Now I can come back to the corner.
I think that my skin complexion looks really good in color.
Not
And I
the tone,
also
all my sense.
know that what you wear
All the families I
attracts certain
destroyed.
people. If you're in a crowd,
I'm not
you know,
going to
especially
open in
an
and
actor
build
or
that
public
community
figure,
with
you're in a
family.
crowd, you want to make sure that you're
So, call it easy.
networking
Yeah,
and
yeah.
building and making sure you're attracting the right people. What you wear can attract certain people.
For the actual corner class, I just want to give you all. Excuse me, I'm joking. I just want to give you all a little corner class preview of the documentary phase of the I Built NY with Malik Yoba, legendary actor, director, filmmaker, entrepreneur. Malik Yoba. The sign is right there. Look at the sign right there, honey. That's the Malik Yoba Walk of Fame sign. My brother got his name
Oh, cool.
on the street. Right? This is Malik Yoba from New York Undercover, from Cool Runnings, from multiple shows. This is the guy. Brother, most importantly, doing self-empower our community, doing an amazing documentary, I Build NY, which I'll be a part of. I'm really going to be like a star, but I'll play it humble for now. Nevertheless, corner class coming up in a few minutes. My brother Will Roundtree's getting started. Isaac Grace, Ernestine Morrison will be performing. Malik Yoba will be speaking. Mysonne, the general rapper, entrepreneur, will be on, activist. Listen, corner class grand finale. 63 cities in 4 years. 63 corner classes, 4 years, 28 cities. Never seen it in your life. Hope man, hope man. Yeah, that's me. Corner class, a few minutes, guys. Tap back in. Brooklyn tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the morning to 12 p.m. corner class finale. That's 63 corner classes, 4 years, 13 corner classes this year, 13 cities. Landlord gang.
Spoke in front of. Overcame my being uncomfortable. I'm comfortable now, so I'm feeling good. I will be around anyone who want to talk. I'm here. I'm open as a book, guys. So I just want to thank y'all and enjoy the show today.
Yeah. 26 years old. Boy, if I was 26 doing what he was doing, be out of here. So definitely, like I said, we're just coming back, giving some gems, dropping some jewels. Because one of the things that I learned, a lot of times we just need inspiration. How many people would agree with me on that? Because every single day we dealing with negativity. Sometimes we sleeping with the enemy that's giving us the negativity. Don't look too hard. Might be. Y'all weren't supposed to laugh that hard now. And so, you know, just the day-to-day life can be difficult. And so, you know, King Isaac talked about going through the corner trap. But how many people have been through the corporate trap or the college trap? You know, see, that was my story. You know, I was never on the block. But, you know, I did all the things that society told us to do. They said, go to school, get good grades to get a good what? How many people found out that does not work all the time? At all. And so I attempted to do all those things. You know, went to school, got good grades, went to college, but then I found out quickly that's not for me, so I dropped out. But eventually got into the workforce, started working, actually made a decent amount of money, but then who's to say what's good money on a job? Because one of the things that really woke me up, I had a mentor, he told me, he said, and I want everybody to do this exercise. You can write it in your phone, write it on your paper, whatever. He said, Will, I want you to write down how much money you make right now, annually. You know, you can cover it up so your neighbor doesn't see, write in pig Latin, whatever you got to do. And draw a line underneath that number, then write down how much you feel you're worth. See, it's a difference from understanding what somebody else is going to pay you versus what you feel you're worth. And then he said, based upon what you feel you're worth, why are you settling for so little? And it was at that point that I had a paradigm shift in my thinking. And then I started to go off on this quest of personal development. Who knows what personal development is? That's when you start to develop your mental capacity. And so I started reading books, started going to different workshops, started listening to different audio books. And they said that, you know, a famous philosopher by the name of Jim Rohn said, when you change your thinking, that's when you'll become successful. When you change your thinking, that's when you'll become successful. And so I started to change my mindset and just start to find a different path. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the J. Morrison Academy. You know, I invested into a one-on-one coaching call with King J. After that coaching call, I became a one-on-one coaching client. And just from his tutelage and everything that I've learned in the academy, based off everything he's going to teach you guys some practical information here today for free. I'm going to keep saying that. You know, over the past 5 years with the tutelage of my partner King J, I've been able to successfully build 2 7-figure businesses in the past 5 years. And I don't say that to impress anybody, but to impress upon you. I'm a college dropout, and I left corporate America because I went to go and pursue my dreams. And that's why I talked about it being about discipline and it being about being accountable, because, again, we all agree that this path can be difficult, right? Right? Okay, y'all know this is interactive, right? All right, perfect. So what I want to do, I want to actually bring up our next guest. Y'all better lock in. Who's ready? I know I asked y'all that before. Definitely, let's get this energy up, yo. I want them to come up and find out, like, yo, why is there so many black people just sitting out on the strip club? Like, I want them to just come out and figure this out. You know, we're gonna teach everybody out here in the Bronx today. So I want to bring up a good friend of mine who's who's not only just been doing something for the community here locally, but from a conscious standpoint has been educating the masses, of course, within our community. He's not only a community activist, you know, one of our, probably your favorite rapper. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. And who's just been really active in the community and out here really just trying to get our people to level up from a conscious standpoint. So I want everybody to stand up for this individual. Y'all gonna be standing and clapping and cheering for everybody. And so I want everybody to get to their feet. I want the live stream, make sure you guys are continually like, share, you know, hashtag Corner Class 2019, grand finale, the Bronx, hashtag all that. Matter of fact, I want all y'all to be hashtagging this, all right? So I want to bring up my brother, my good friend, King Mysonne, Bronx hometown native.
That man gave me too big of an introduction. But I want to thank all y'all for coming out here. This is my second corner class in the Bronx. Last time was on Fordham. It was phenomenal. Every time my brother Jay calls me, I have to come out. You know, me and Jay met on the front lines, fighting for our freedom, fighting for our people. We met during the Eric Garner trial 5 years ago, and we were at a panel together. And we was the loudest two people in the BET panel. We was screaming back and forth at everybody. And the next thing you know, we was in the back room talking to each other. And then he been like one of my best friends ever since then. So to see where he's taking this class and see where he's taking real estate and to see where how he's evolved as a leader in not only in this space, but in the community space. Because when he does this from his heart. It's really about building our people and building our community for him. It's not about money. Like, he likes money. We ain't gonna lie about that. But he loves his people. So when he comes out here and he gives you this free information, I want you to take this. And I don't want you to keep it. I want you to give it to somebody else. See, that's what the charge is. The charge is not to just get this information and say, oh, I'm gonna get rich. No, it's tell the person that couldn't make it here. Sit down with them and give them this information so they can give it to somebody. That's how we build our community. That's how we build intergenerational wealth. That's how we get back in our positions in this world. By building with each other, not holding information, not withholding, not trying to be selfish, not thinking about self. So that's what Jay has always, that's what I've learned from him every day. He says, outwork the work. Outwork the work. Every day that man is waking up, figuring out how can I make my people better? How can I give them opportunities that I wasn't given? Who else is coming to the corners of the hoods and giving you $1 million information? You got to give a round of applause for that. And so that's why I'm here. I'm here because I love my people also. So all the work that I do is surrounded around building us. It's building community. I started an organization pretty much right here on these steps called Kings Stop Killing Kings. About us building each other and realizing that we are family and we can't keep hurting each other. That's really what's going on in our communities. We've been misinformed. We've been taught that we ops, that we're not brothers and sisters. So when you start re-identifying each other as brothers, as family, then you can't hurt each other. Because I don't want to hurt my family. I want to continue to see my family grow and build. So that's what this is right here. This is another family reunion. This is not just a corner class. Everybody next to you is your brother or your sister. So when you start treating them as such, when we start building with each other, when we start seeing each other, and we start embracing each other and talking to each other and speaking to each other, when you're looking at a brother and you see him, that's energy. It's because you admire him. He ain't looking at you because he want to beef with you. He's looking at you because he see himself inside you. And the sister the same way. So when we start identifying that and we start embracing each other, then we can get back to our rightful place. So before I leave here, I'm going to tell you why I do this work. I sat and talked with a legend and I eagerly listened. He told me how he marched with Dr. King because he believed in his mission. He invested his money in his people to change our people's condition. And all I could think as I heard this man speak with conviction is, I don't have the right to do nothing. Because Harry Belafonte sacrificed for people like me. So if he decided to do nothing, then where would I be? You see, if he was just content with his celebrity status, there wouldn't be a Justice League or Black Lives Matter. So I don't have the right to do nothing because we stand on the shoulders of our elders. We got to continue their fight against the system that failed us. Mr. B tells us, he drills in our mind, we got to carry this torch. You see, this is our time. Injustice is a crime, but it's about execution. And those directly impacted must be the solution. So I don't have the right to do nothing because revolution is a part of evolution. Because our forefathers weren't given no restitution. They were given destitution and treatment that's inhumane. So if we ain't part of the solution, how the hell we go complain? So I don't have the right to do nothing. I'm on a mission. I'm screaming until they listen. Dr. King died for freedom. I'm carrying on tradition. My people want justice. I'm carrying that petition. Police is out here killing us. We're going to need some more convictions. Peaceful and passive are not the same thing. Know the difference. You are not supposed to lay down and die with no resistance. So I don't have the right to do nothing. I don't have the right not to fight for my life. It's a gift from God. So with all of my might, I will protect my freedom, my family, my home. I know y'all gonna fight with me. Y'all ain't gonna leave me alone. So when my feet get weary and I can no longer sprint, I sit and think about the babies that's dying in Flint. Then I say, I don't have the right to do that. God bless y'all, man. I want y'all to build. This is gonna be building. We gonna build. Get up, stand up. Let's get loud. Make some noise. Make some noise. This is about community and wealth building down here. In a few minutes, my brother gonna walk up here, and my sister gonna walk up here, and I want y'all to give them the loudest yells that you can think of, man. They're about to walk up into here, and they're about to embrace you and show you something and teach you what they've learned, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, teaching what you learn. If you hold information, then you are guilty. If you withhold the information from your brothers and sisters, and you're not empowering them, if you don't want them to get what you got, then you whack. You're a sucker. If you're not trying to, I want my brother to just have everything I got. I don't want to front on you. I don't want to have $1 million and you have 100. How that's gonna make me something? You heard what Jay-Z said? He said everybody around you could be rich so we could be each other's crutches. He said when you're the only person rich in your circle, that means you broke. That means you did something wrong. So this is what this is about today. Today, I want your mind to be open. If you've been up to a corner class before, then I want you to take it to the next level. But if you haven't, today is going to be the first day of the rest of your life. What you learn today, the information you get today, is going to start you on something that you never even guessed before. It's going to show you how you can make your money turn into more money. Make other people's money turn into more money. And build that for your kids, and your kids can have wealth. You know how much we struggle? We want to make sure our kids never have to struggle. If we ain't teaching our kids something that we didn't learn, then we failed. So I want y'all to sit here. He'll be here any minute. I don't know who he is. I'm trying to buy time, but he should be here any minute. But I'm going to give the mic back to the brother. But I want to say thank y'all for coming out. The Bronx always shows up, man. The Bronx shows up. I've been to a lot of corner classes, but the Bronx corner classes are definitely the biggest crowds that I've seen. And I want to thank y'all, man. Y'all make me look good. I appreciate that.
Y'all getting fed yet? 7 people? That's it? You full? Oh, we ain't even at the entrees yet. So, one of the things that, we always want to constantly do is, like I say, give back and give people some practical steps. How many of my entrepreneurs in here? Real estate investors. All right, so what have been some of the common obstacles that stop you? Funding. What else? Raising capital. What else? Information. What else? Time. Mindset. That's a very good one. Somebody said credit. What if I told you all those things are easy to get over? Would you believe me? Why? Y'all just said it was hard. So one of the biggest things that I always tell people, all those are easy. It's fear that really is what stops us. It's fear. Standing for false evaluation appearing real. It's a figment of our imagination. And this is where the mindset comes in at. See, I talk to so many young and up-and-coming entrepreneurs, and I talk to them and I say, how much money do you want to make? Or what's your financial goals? And they'll say, I want to do like 50,000 or 100,000 a year or whatever. And I'm like, why are you thinking so small? You can go get a job and do that. Because see, one of the things that I learned is that if you've never seen 50,000 a year, how can you see 50,000 a month? See, that's where that mindset comes in at. Your mindset is extremely important. Write this down. 80% is mindset. 80%. 80% of the challenge is your mindset. See, the how-tos is easy. We can teach everybody how to flip a house in a half an hour. But it's the mindset. It's knowing what your why is. Write that down. What is your why? Your why has to be so strong that it's going to drive you to get up out of the bed in the middle of the night and go and do something that's completely uncomfortable for you to get to your goal. Just like going to the gym. See, the best time to go to the gym is when you don't feel like it. Same thing when it comes to building your goal or your legacy. When you don't feel like going to the corner class because it's hot outside or whatever the case is, that's when you need to go. When you need to go and pick up that audio book or that book or whatever the case is, that's when you need to do it. Your why has to be so strong that you will do whatever you have to do legally. Let me point that out. Legally. To make it happen. Sacrifice. If I hadn't told you that, write that word down. Sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? See, I can remember moving to Las Vegas in 2005. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I moved to Las Vegas. I borrowed $500 and I had a garbage bag full of clothes. And I went out there with the mindset, get rich or die trying. Literally, that was my mindset. I told myself I was going to do whatever I had to do to position myself to get in position. Because, see, everything in life is really all about positioning. They say where you are today is a direct reflection of the decisions you made 3 to 5 years ago. So if you don't like where you're at in your life right now, think about the lack of decisions you missed out on, or the lack of opportunities you passed up on. And that's because a lot of times we grew up and we had a poor man's mentality. Poor. Who knows what that means? Has nothing to do with your financial situation. Poor stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. See, we pass over opportunities because it looked too good to be true. Oh, the J. Morrison Academy said I can make millions in real estate? That got to be too good to be true. But we'll go work a job for 40 hours after the dream they sold us about retirement, just so we can get that gold watch at the end of the 40 years. And try to live off the 40% from the retirement of the 100% we couldn't live off of. Y'all caught that? See, so that's why we got to have a why. We have to change how we think. Start surrounding ourselves around like-minded people. See, we should even be using these opportunities after this class to be networking amongst each other. Your next business partner just may be in here. Your next multi-million-dollar opportunity could be in this space right now. And so in relation to understanding some of the strategies, because that's another word I want you to write down, strategies. See, it's not a lack of money, because I want to tell everybody, anybody in here enrolled in our J. Morrison Academy right now? Raise your hand. Okay, a couple of you. Give yourself a round of applause, absolutely. Because I'm going to tell you, our J. Morrison Academy is a curriculum that's changed people's lives. And I know people who went to college, no disrespect to college, who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to come out to make $30,000 a year. Now, I dropped out of college, but I know those numbers don't add up to me. That's the college trap. And then we talked about, somebody said information is the thing that we are lacking, which is true. Because how many people know that information changes every 18 months? But we're trying to operate to get to financial freedom using information that we've never ever been taught. And then dealing with the college trap, think about what's the average time it takes to get a degree in college? How many? 4 years. We just said information changes how often? So by the time you get out, what happens with that information you just learned? And then you got to do what? Go right back to college. Y'all saw that? Y'all see that college trap? See, Mark Twain said, I never let schooling get in the way of my education. See, a lot of us, we graduate college and we think it's over. No, we got to still continue to educate ourselves. That's why we talk about the RBCs, which stands for real estate, business, and credit, the 3 pillars of information that you need to create financial wealth. How many people know that real estate is the easiest path to creating wealth? Because you can literally purchase real estate with no money out of your pocket. That's what we teach at the J. Morrison Academy. No, we show our students how to purchase real estate using credit cards. Ask me how. How? Not right now. We gotta get through this first. All right. Secondly, business. The fundamental steps of business are parallel. So no matter what you want to do as a business owner or entrepreneur, we can teach you those steps and strategies. Because we just said it's all about what? The word that starts with an S. Strategy. It's all about strategy. And then credit. I want everybody to write this down. Credit equals wealth. How many people believe that? Did you know when you have great credit, you can always get money from the bank? How many people knew that? Always. See, check this out. Let me see how much time I got. Y'all want to see something real quick? All right. So, when you have great credit, let's say a 750 credit score, all right? You have a company, an LLC. Did you know there's a loophole in the banking system? Well, first of all, how many people have tried to get a small business loan before? How fast did they walk you out the bank? Really quickly. And so, that's because when you're trying to get a small business loan, the average approval rating for an SBA loan, who can tell me what they think the average approval rating is? The average approval rating is 2%. 2% of businesses will ever get a small business loan. Now, check this out. Did you know you can be 18 years old and get $100,000 in student loans with no credit, but you can't get a $5,000 small business loan? Y'all see that? But check this out. Man, I say check this out a lot, like I'm about to spit a rhyme or something. Been hanging with Mysonne too long. All right. So, 2% small business loans approval. But the loophole in the banking system, when you have great credit and you have a small business, you can go to the bank and go after what's called revolving credit, which is in the form of credit cards, whether they're personal or business, or a business line of credit. And as long as you have these components and apply for revolving credit, first of all, it's uncollateralized. Who knows what that means? Shout it out. Who knows what uncollateralized means? You don't have to put anything up. You don't have to have any collateral. Secondly, it's unsecured. Meaning, if you default on it, guess what? They can't come and take anything. Yeah, now your credit may take a bump or a bruise, but guess what? How many people know you can always repair your credit? Always. So, it's unsecured, uncollateralized, and it's also non-discretionary, which means that you can use the capital for revolving credit for whatever. See, if you get approved for a small business loan, and you say it's for this building that you're trying to open for a juice bar, guess what you have to use it for?
Juice bar.
You have to. But when you have revolving credit, guess what you can use it for?
Whatever you want.
Whatever. That's how we're able to take credit cards and purchase real estate property with it. Now, here's the other, the beautiful thing I love about credit. The banks don't ask for no proof of income. Nobody got excited about that. Y'all like, damn, for real? Y'all still in shell shock, huh? Family, the money is not the problem. We don't have the strategies. When you have great credit, you have a small business, an LLC, you can go into the bank and get revolving credit in a form of credit cards or a business line of credit. No collateral, it's unsecured, uncollateralized, non-discretionary, and you don't have to show proof of income. And then when they do ask for income, guess what you can do? You can use what's called stated income. Who knows what that means? Whatever you state. That was a trick question. Whatever you state. So, if you want to state you make $150,000 for the year, what do you put on the application? And guess what the bank's not going to do? They don't check. See, people have been playing this game forever. We just haven't been invited to the table. Secondly, you can use household income. Meaning you can combine all of the stated household income in the household and put on that application. And then for your business, guess what you can put down for the income? Stated. So last year, your business did $250K after expenses. And then 80% of the banks do not ask for, they do not ask for tax returns. That's some powerful information, isn't it? Because how many small businesses in here right now have not filed their taxes? Let's keep it 100 for their business. Because a lot of us probably haven't made any income yet. So how powerful is it now? You need $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 for your business. you have great credit, you have an LLC, you walk into the bank and apply using stated income, stated projected business income, and being able to get lines of credit for $75,000 within the next 30 days. How many people with that? How many businesses would that help in here today? Now, check this out. I'm gonna take this a step farther. I got about 2 more minutes. Did you know if you have 5 companies, 5 LLCs, and you have great credit, how many of those companies can you go to the bank and do that same strategy with? 5. All 5. Every last one of them. And then let's say there's 25 banks in the 5-mile radius of here in the Bronx. How many of those banks can you take those 5 LLCs to those 25 banks and get capital for? All of them. He said, oh shit. Powerful information, family. I'm telling you. The money is not the problem. We just lack the strategy. And then in the event, let's say your credit takes a bump or a bruise. Because how many people know in business, sometimes you may take an L. 80% of small businesses fail. It happens. But we have something where we talk about your credit partners or your family credit partners. Who knows what that means? You have somebody in your family or in your circle that has great credit. How many people know you can start building your children's credit as young as 13 years old? Those are your potential credit partners. You put them in position. Because then by the time they turn 18, they have great credit. See, a lot of us have been our parents' credit partners and we didn't know it. Yeah, that's right. How many people had a light bill in their name before they was 18? Cable bill. You couldn't even spell cable and you got a cable bill in your name. So we were our parents' credit partners. But because they had the wrong information, what did they teach us? They taught us the same thing. So then we put bills in our kids' name. I know a lot of people that had Sprint back in the day that went delinquent. They was giving everybody a phone. And so in that case, your credit takes a bump or a bruise. You have a credit partner with great credit. So guess what you can do now? Now I can take my credit partner.
Every single one of you that came out intentionally to get this game, give it up for yourself. We grew up selfish and savage, almost classless. Selling drugs to our aunts and uncles was like a rite of passage.